who was known for his wisdom and who was very famous. The Tsar went to the hermit and asked the three questions which he wanted the answers, but the hermit did not give him any answer. And the Tsar could see that the hermit was very weak and he was digging the ground, but he was breathing heavily also. The Tsar took the spade from the hermit's hand and started digging the earth. After digging 2 beds, he again repeated his questions, but the hermit gave him no answer. And the hermit wanted back the spade, but the Tsar did not give him the spade and he continued to dig. And for the last time, and for the third time, the Tsar again wanted the answers. At that time, the hermit pointed out that a wounded man was running in. And when the wounded man fell right in front of the Tsar, he could determine that the man was bleeding profusely and he was breathing heavily, means he was very badly wounded. At that time, the Tsar took care of the man and the hermit also took care of the man. They both took him inside. So the Tsar was very tired. He lay on the threshold and slept. And in the morning, he could see that the man was lying on the bed and looking very eagerly happy. So the bearded man said, "Forgive me," said the bearded man in a weak voice, when he saw that the Tsar was awake and was looking at him. So the first and foremost thing what the wounded man or the bearded man said in a very weak voice was he asked for forgiveness from the Tsar. "I do not know you and have nothing to forgive you for," said the Tsar. The Tsar was surprised. Why? Because he did not know the man and he did not have anything to forgive him for. Why he would forgive the man? He could not understand. "You do not know me, but I know you." You do not know me means the man said that you do not know me, but I know you. "I am the enemy of yours who sought to revenge himself on you. So I am that enemy of yours who had promised to take revenge on you because you executed his brother and seized his property." What the Tsar did? The Tsar had executed the property, executed the or killed the brother of the wounded man as well as seized his property. "I knew you had gone alone to see the hermit and I resolved to kill you on your way back." He said that I knew that you had gone into the forest and alone the Tsar had gone into the forest. So he decided that when the Tsar would come out, he would kill you. But the day passed and you did not return. What happened? The day passed, the Tsar did not return. Why? The Tsar was engaged with the hermit. So I came out from my ambush to find you and I came upon your bodyguard and they recognized me and wounded me. So what happened when the Tsar did not return? This man came out from his secret place and he met the bodyguard of the Tsar and they recognized him, and what happened? They wounded him. "I escaped from them but should have bled to death had you not dressed my wound." Though he escaped from the bodyguards, he would have bled to death, means he was bleeding profusely, he would have died if the Tsar would have not taken proper care of the man. "I wish to kill you and you have saved my life." So the man was very grateful because this man had a wish to kill the Tsar, but the Tsar had saved him. "Now if I live and if you wish it, I will serve you as your most faithful slave." So if I live, if he said if he would live, and if the Tsar wished him, he would serve him as his most faithful slave and will bid my sons to do the same. Forgive me. And he also told that he would also tell his sons to do the same, and he said to forgive him. The Tsar was very glad to have made peace with his enemies so easily and to gain him for a friend. And he not only forgave him but said he would send his servants and his own physician to attend him and promised to restore his property. So the Tsar became very happy. Why? Because he had made peace with his enemy and he had gained his enemy as his friend. And he not only forgave his enemy, he also said what that he would send his servants to him and he would send his own physician to attend him, and he also promised to give him back his property. Having taken leave of the wounded man, the Tsar went out into the hall and looked around for the hermit. So the hermit took the leave of the wounded man and the Tsar went out into the pot, went out into the place or the veranda or the type of thing, and looked round for the hermit. Before going away, he wished once more to make an answer to the questions he had put. The hermit was outside on his knees, sowing seeds in the beds that had been dug the day before. So what happened before going away? The Tsar did what? The Tsar had a wish to beg. He wanted to request the hermit to give his answers of his three questions, which he had placed. The hermit was outside and he was folding his knees and he was doing what? He was sowing seeds on the seed beds which had been prepared by the Tsar yesterday. The Tsar approached him and said, "For the last time, I pray you to answer my questions wisely." So the Tsar requested the hermit to give his answers of his three questions for the last time. Now the hermit said, "What? You have already been answered," the hermit said. Still crouching on his thin legs and looking up at the Tsar, who stood before him. So the hermit was folding his legs and in that posture only, he looked at the Tsar who was standing before him and said that the Tsar had already been answered. How answered? What do you mean? Asked the Tsar. Tsar was very surprised that how could he be answered because the hermit had not told him anything. So he was in a doubt that how could he get the answers. Now the hermit explained the series of incidents and told him that how he had got the answers. "Do you not see," replied the hermit, "if you had not pitied my weakness yesterday and had not dug those beds for me, but had gone away your way, that man would have attacked you and you would have repented for not having stayed with me." So, do you not see, the hermit said, that if he had not pitied his weakness the day before, means if the Tsar had not pitied his weakness or the hermit's weakness the day before, and if he would not have dug those beds for him, and if he would have left him and he would have gone his way, what would have happened? The man or the enemy who was waiting for the Tsar would have attacked him, and at that time the Tsar would have repented what? Repented the fact why he had not stayed with the hermit. As he had stayed with the hermit, the enemy of the Tsar could not attack him. So the most important time was when you were digging the beds, and I was the most important man, and to do me good was your most important business. The hermit explained what? The most important time was for the Tsar was when he was digging the beds. The most important occupation was the digging, and the most important man was the hermit himself, with whom the Tsar was associated. Afterwards, when that man ran to us, the most important time was when you were attending to it. For if you had not bound up his wounds, he would have died without having made peace to him. So afterwards, when the wounded man or the enemy of the Tsar entered, the most important time was when the Tsar was taking care of the man. And the most important occupation was to serve that wounded man. And the most important man was a wounded man with whom the Tsar was associated, or with whom the Tsar was doing his charitable work. So the most important time was when you were attending to him, sir. The most important time for the Tsar was when he was taking care of the man, and if he would not have bound his wounds, or if he would not have taken care of his wounds, the man would have died, and the man would have not would have failed to make peace with him. So he had made peace with his enemy only due to his service to the wounded man. Remember that there is only one time that is important. And now, so according to the Tsar, what is the most important time? The important time is now or present. And it is the most important time because it is the only time when we have any problem. According to the hermit, now is the most important thing. Present is the most important for all. And only in present we have any power. We have control over our present. If we make our present the strong, if we make our present strong, then it will strengthen our future also. The most necessary man is he within you are, for no man knows whether you will ever have dealings with anyone else. So according to the hermit, the most necessary man is who, with whom one is associated. One never knows that the person with whom a person is presently associated with may ever meet him in the future or not. And the most important affair is to do him good. most important part is to do good to the men. Because for that purpose alone was man sent into his life. So because for that purpose, for serving each other, for serving human beings, man had come to this earth. So the most important time is present. The most important person is the person with whom one is associated and doing welfare for him. And another thing is the most important occupation is to do good to men. Why? Because God had sent human beings to serve other human beings only.